Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Conversation Academy. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Joseph. We're so glad you could join us today for another session to practice your English conversation skills.
That's right, Joseph. Today, we're diving into a super important and relatable topic, health and fitness. It's something we all talk about, right?
Absolutely, Jessica. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced learner, talking about health and fitness is a fantastic way to expand your vocabulary and practice common phrases.
Exactly. So let's get started. Joseph, to kick things off, how do you usually stay fit? What's your go-to exercise routine?
Well, Jessica, I try to stay active most days. I usually start my mornings with a brisk walk or a light jog around the park near my house. It really helps me wake up and feel energized for the day.
Oh, that sounds lovely. A morning walk can be so refreshing. Do you listen to music or podcasts while you're out there?
Sometimes, yes. If I'm feeling like I need a bit of motivation, I'll put on some upbeat music. Other days, I just enjoy the quiet and the sounds of nature. What about you, Jessica? Do you have a favorite way to exercise?
I'm a big fan of yoga, actually. I try to do it 3 or 4 times a week. It's not just about physical strength. It really helps with mental clarity and flexibility too.
That's wonderful. I've heard great things about yoga. Do you go to a studio or do you practice at home?
Mostly at home now. There are so many great online classes available. It's super convenient. I used to go to a studio, but with my schedule, at-home practice fits much better.
I understand that completely. Convenience is key when it comes to sticking to a routine, isn't it? Speaking of routines, how important do you think it is to have a structured fitness plan?
I think it can be very helpful, especially when you're starting out. It gives you a roadmap and helps you stay consistent. But it doesn't have to be super rigid. Even just setting a goal to walk 30 minutes every day is a great start.
That's a good point. Small, consistent efforts can lead to big results over time. Do you also pay attention to your diet, or is it mostly about exercise for you?
Oh, diet is huge. You can't out-exercise a bad diet, as they say. I try to eat as many whole, unprocessed foods as possible. Lots of fruits, vegetables, lean protein. But I'm also a believer in moderation. I won't deny myself a treat now and then.
Me neither. Life's too short not to enjoy a little chocolate or a slice of cake sometimes. It's all about balance, right? Do you have any specific dietary habits, like vegetarianism or anything like that?
No, I'm not vegetarian, but I do try to limit my red meat intake. I focus more on fish and chicken. How about you, Joseph? Are there any foods you actively avoid or try to include more of?
I've been trying to reduce my sugar intake, which is surprisingly challenging because sugar seems to be in everything. I also try to drink a lot of water throughout the day. I find it makes a big difference in my energy levels.
Oh, definitely. Staying hydrated is so important. I always keep a water bottle with me. It's amazing how much better you feel when you're properly hydrated. Do you ever feel like it's hard to stay motivated with your health and fitness goals?
Absolutely, Jessica. There are definitely days when motivation is low, especially when the weather isn't great, or after a long day at work. What do you do on those days to keep yourself going?
That's a great question. On those days, I try to remind myself of why I started. I think about how much better I feel after a workout, or how much more energy I have when I eat well. Sometimes I just tell myself to do 15 minutes, and often, once I start, I end up doing more.
That's a smart strategy. Just getting started is often the hardest part. Do you ever work out with a friend, or do you prefer to exercise alone?
Mostly alone, but I do occasionally go for walks with a friend. It's nice to have company and catch up while being active. How about you?
I enjoy both. Sometimes it's great to have a workout buddy to push each other, but other times, I just want to put on my headphones and get into my own zone. It really depends on my mood, and the type of exercise. Have you ever tried any team sports?
I played a bit of volleyball in college, but not really since then. I've always been more into individual activities. What about you? Are you a team sports person?
I used to play a lot of basketball when I was younger. It was a fantastic way to stay fit and socialize at the same time. I miss it sometimes. Maybe I should join a local league.
That sounds like a great idea, Joseph. It's a fun way to incorporate exercise without it feeling like a chore. Speaking of fun, what are some common misconceptions people have about getting fit?
That's a good one. I think a big misconception is that you need to spend hours at the gym every day to see results. Many people think they need to suffer to get fit, but that's not true at all.
I totally agree. Consistency and finding something you enjoy are far more important than intensity all the time. Another one I hear a lot is that certain foods are bad and should be completely avoided.
Yes, that black and white thinking can lead to a lot of frustration and even unhealthy eating habits. It's better to think about overall patterns and moderation. Do you think stress plays a big role in our overall health?
Absolutely, Joseph. Stress can have a huge impact, both mentally and physically. It can affect our sleep, our digestion, and even our immune system. That's another reason why I find yoga so beneficial. It's a great stress reliever.
I completely agree. Managing stress is just as important as diet and exercise, if not more so. What are some other ways you manage stress besides yoga?
Well, I try to make sure I get enough sleep. That's a big one for me. And spending time in nature, even just sitting in my garden, helps a lot. And, of course, connecting with friends and family. A good laugh can do wonders.
It really can. Laughter is truly the best medicine, as they say. Do you think people are generally more health conscious now than in the past?
That's an interesting question. I think in some ways, yes. There's a lot more information available now about nutrition and exercise. But at the same time, we also have more sedentary lifestyles and easy access to unhealthy foods. So it's a bit of a mixed bag.
I suppose so. Information is readily available, but applying it consistently can still be a challenge for many. What kind of advice would you give to someone who is just starting their fitness journey?
I'd say start small and be patient with yourself. Don't try to do too much too soon. Find an activity you genuinely enjoy, something that doesn't feel like a chore, and set realistic goals. Also, don't compare your progress to others. Everyone's journey is different.
Those are excellent points, Jessica, especially the part about not comparing yourself to others. It's so easy to fall into that trap with social media. What about setting goals? Do you prefer short-term or long-term goals when it comes to health and fitness?
I think a combination of both is ideal. Short-term goals, like I'm going to walk 30 minutes every day this week, can help keep you motivated day to day. And long-term goals, like I want to be able to run a 5K in 6 months, give you something bigger to work towards.
That makes a lot of sense. Having both can keep you focused and provide a sense of achievement along the way. Do you ever use fitness trackers or apps to monitor your activity?
I do. I have a smartwatch that tracks my steps and heart rate. It's really helpful for getting a general idea of my activity levels. I don't obsess over the numbers, but it's good to have that feedback. Do you use any such gadgets, Joseph?
I have a basic fitness tracker, mainly for tracking steps. I find it motivates me to move more throughout the day, especially if I've been sitting for a long time. It's like a gentle reminder to get up and stretch.
Exactly. Sometimes that little buzz to remind you to stand up is just what you need. Beyond exercise and diet, what other aspects contribute to a healthy lifestyle in your opinion?
Well, we mentioned sleep and stress management, which are crucial. I'd also add mental well-being, having a positive outlook, spending time on hobbies you enjoy, and maintaining strong social connections are all incredibly important for overall health.
Couldn't agree more. It's all interconnected, isn't it? Our physical health, mental health, and emotional health. You can't really separate them. Do you think there's a difference in how people approach health and fitness as they get older?
Definitely. I think as we age, the focus often shifts from purely aesthetic goals to more about maintaining mobility, preventing injuries, and ensuring a good quality of life. The types of exercises might change too.
That's very true. Less about looking a certain way and more about feeling good and staying active. Have you noticed any changes in your own approach as you've gotten older?
Absolutely. When I was younger, it was all about pushing myself to the limit, going for intensity. Now, I prioritize consistency and listening to my body more. Recovery and flexibility have become much more important.
That's a wise approach. Listening to your body is key at any age, but especially as we get older. Do you think there are any common myths about aging and fitness that people should be aware of?
Oh, for sure. One big myth is that you can't build muscle or improve your fitness significantly once you're past a certain age. That's simply not true. Consistent strength training and activity can yield amazing results at any age.
Yes, I've seen some incredible examples of people in their 70s and 80s who are incredibly fit and strong. It's very inspiring. Another myth might be that older people should avoid heavy lifting.
Precisely. Of course, under proper guidance and with appropriate form, but avoiding it entirely can actually be detrimental to bone density and overall strength. It's about smart training, not no training. How do you think technology has impacted the way we approach health and fitness?
Massively. From fitness trackers and smartwatches to online workout programs and health apps, technology has made it so much easier to track progress, access information, and find motivation. It's a double-edged sword, though, because it can also lead to over-reliance or comparison.
That's a great point. While it offers immense benefits, it's important to use it wisely and not get too caught up in the numbers or the curated images we see online. Do you ever get overwhelmed by all the conflicting health advice out there?
Oh, constantly. One day something is good for you, the next day it's bad. It can be really confusing. That's why I try to stick to basic principles: whole foods, plenty of movement, good sleep, and stress management.
That sounds like a very sensible approach, Jessica. Keeping it simple often works best. Have you ever tried any trending diets or fitness fads?
I've dabbled, but nothing ever really stuck for the long term. I found that extreme approaches are just not sustainable for me. I prefer making small, consistent changes that I can maintain.
Me too. Sustainability is crucial. If it feels like a huge effort, it's probably not something you'll keep up with for years. What role do doctors or health professionals play in your health and fitness journey?
They're essential for general checkups, and if I have any specific concerns, of course. But for day-to-day fitness and nutrition, I mostly rely on general healthy guidelines and what I know works for my body. However, if someone has a chronic condition or specific needs, consulting a professional is vital.
Absolutely. Professional medical advice should always be the first step for serious health concerns. Shifting gears a little, what's one simple healthy habit you think everyone should try to incorporate into their day, regardless of their fitness level?
I would say drink more water. It's so simple, yet so many people don't drink enough. It affects everything from energy to digestion to skin health.
That's an excellent suggestion. Hydration is often overlooked. My suggestion would be to take a few minutes each day for mindful breathing or meditation. Even 5 minutes can make a difference in reducing stress and improving focus.
Oh, I love that one. Mindfulness is so powerful. Do you find that taking breaks during the workday to move around helps you stay more focused?
Definitely. I try to stand up and stretch or walk around every hour or so. It really helps to clear my head and prevents that feeling of being glued to the chair. Do you have any tips for staying active if you have a desk job?
Yes, I try to take the stairs instead of the elevator whenever possible. And if I have a phone call, I'll often walk around while I'm talking. Even small bursts of activity add up.
Those are great ideas. Every little bit helps. What about when you're traveling? Is it hard to maintain your routine when you're away from home?
It can be, but I try to make an effort. I'll usually pack some resistance bands, and I always try to walk as much as possible to explore new places. It's a fun way to stay active.
That's smart. Exploring on foot is often the best way to see a new city anyway. Have you noticed any trends in health and fitness that you think are particularly positive or negative?
Well, I think the increased awareness around mental health and its connection to physical health is a really positive trend. People are starting to talk more openly about it, which is fantastic. On the flip side, I sometimes worry about the pressure people feel to achieve unrealistic body ideals, fueled by social media.
I agree with both of those points. The open dialogue about mental health is incredibly important. And yes, the pressure from social media can be really damaging. It's hard to remember that what you see online is often not reality.
Exactly, it's curated and filtered. It's important to focus on feeling good in your own skin rather than chasing an impossible image. Do you think schools do a good enough job of educating young people about health and fitness?
That's a tough one. I think they try, but resources and priorities can vary greatly. I believe there's always room for improvement, especially in teaching practical life skills related to nutrition and consistent physical activity, rather than just competitive sports.
I agree, practical, everyday healthy habits would be so beneficial for kids to learn early on. What about the role of sleep? We touched on it briefly, but how crucial do you think it is for overall health and fitness?
Oh, it's absolutely fundamental, Jessica. Underrated even. Without adequate sleep, our bodies can't recover properly from exercise, our hormones get out of whack, and our concentration suffers. It impacts everything. I aim for 7 to 8 hours myself.
Me too. I feel the difference immediately if I don't get enough sleep. I'm more irritable, less focused, and my energy levels plummet. Do you have any tips for getting better sleep?
I try to have a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends. That really helps regulate my body clock. And I avoid screens for at least an hour before bed. Reading a book or listening to calming music helps me wind down.
Those are excellent tips. The consistent schedule is key. I also find a dark, cool room makes a huge difference. What about the role of hydration in exercise performance?
It's absolutely critical. Even mild dehydration can significantly impair performance, whether you're lifting weights or going for a run. It affects energy levels, muscle function, and even cognitive function. Staying well hydrated before, during, and after exercise is non-negotiable for optimal performance and safety.
I couldn't agree more. Sometimes people confuse thirst with hunger too. So drinking water can sometimes help with unnecessary snacking. Do you think there are any supplements that are genuinely beneficial for most people, or are most of them just hype?
That's a tricky area, and it really depends on the individual. For most healthy people with a balanced diet, supplements aren't strictly necessary. However, things like vitamin D, especially in less sunny climates, or omega-3s, can be beneficial. It's always best to consult a doctor before taking any supplements, though.
Yes, absolutely. Always check with a professional. It's so easy to get caught up in marketing hype. What about setting realistic expectations? How do you advise people to manage their expectations when starting a new health and fitness routine?
That's so important, Jessica. I always tell people to focus on how they feel rather than just the numbers on a scale or how they look in the mirror. Progress isn't always linear, and there will be ups and downs. Celebrate small victories, Be patient and understand that true sustainable health takes time. It's a journey, not a destination.
That is such a powerful way to put it, Joseph. A journey, not a destination. I think many people give up because they don't see a massive transformation in the first 2 weeks. They forget that health is a lifelong commitment.
Exactly, Jessica. And speaking of the long term, I've noticed that many people struggle with staying active during the winter months or when the weather is bad. It's so tempting to just stay on the couch, isn't it?
Oh, tell me about it. When it's cold and dark outside, the last thing I want to do is go for a run. During those times, I try to focus on indoor activities. Have you ever tried any home workout challenges?
I have. Last winter, I tried a 30-day bodyweight challenge. It was great because I didn't need any equipment, and I could do it right in my living room. It really took away the excuse of the weather being too bad to go to the gym.
That's the spirit. Home workouts are a lifesaver. I also find that wearing my workout clothes, even if I'm just staying home, helps. It puts me in the fitness mindset.
That's a great psychological trick. It's like telling your brain, okay, it's time to move. Speaking of mindset, how do you deal with those off days where you eat something unhealthy or skip a workout and feel guilty about it?
I've learned to be much kinder to myself over the years. One bad meal or one missed day won't ruin all your progress. The key is to just get back on track with the very next meal or the next day. Guilt usually just leads to more stress, which isn't healthy either.
I couldn't agree more. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress in fitness. If you aim for 100% all the time, you'll burn out. Aiming for 80% consistency is much more realistic and sustainable for most people.
That's a great rule of thumb. 80% is plenty to see real results. Joseph, what's your take on superfoods? We see that term everywhere now. Do you think things like kale, berries, and chia seeds are essential or just marketing?
I think they are definitely healthy, but the term superfood is mostly marketing. All vegetables and fruits have their own unique benefits. You don't need to eat expensive, exotic berries to be healthy. A simple apple or some spinach works just as well.
Right. Diversity in your diet is probably more important than focusing on just one or two specific super items. I try to eat a rainbow of colors throughout the week. It ensures I get a variety of vitamins.
Eating the rainbow. I love that. It's a simple way for learners to remember how to plan their meals. Besides nutrition, I wanted to ask you about recovery. Do you do anything specific for muscle soreness?
I'm a big fan of foam rolling and stretching. It can be a bit painful while you're doing it, but it feels so much better afterward. And warm baths with Epsom salts are amazing for relaxing tired muscles. Bath.
Oh, I love a good soak. It's great for the body and the mind. Some people also swear by cold showers or ice baths for recovery. Have you ever been brave enough to try that?
I've tried a cold blast at the end of my shower, but I haven't quite made it to a full ice bath yet. It's supposed to be great for inflammation, but it takes some serious mental toughness.
Ha ha ha. I'm with you there. I'll stick to my warm baths for now. Jessica, we've talked a lot about physical health. But what about the social aspect? Do you think having a community helps with fitness?
Absolutely. Whether it's an online group, a local running club, or just a friend you text every day, having support makes a huge difference. It keeps you accountable. When someone is expecting you to show up, you're much less likely to cancel.
That's very true. Accountability is a powerful motivator. For our viewers learning English, joining a local fitness class or a sports team can also be a double win. You get to exercise and practice your English conversation at the same time.
That's a fantastic tip, Joseph. It's all about immersion. If you're playing football or taking a Zumba class in English, you're learning natural, fast-paced language in a real-world setting.
Exactly. You learn phrases like pass the ball or keep it up. without even realizing you're studying. It makes the learning process feel much more natural and less like a chore.
Speaking of language, there are so many idioms related to health in English. Have you heard the expression "as fit as a fiddle"?
I have. It means to be in very good health. And there's also under the weather, when you're feeling a bit sick. Our viewers might find those useful in everyday conversations.
And one of my favorites is a clean bill of health, which is what you get when a doctor says you are completely healthy after an exam.
That's a great one. We all hope for a clean bill of health. Now, before we wrap up today's long session, what's one final piece of encouragement you'd give to someone who feels like it's too late to start getting healthy?
I would say that your body is incredibly resilient. No matter your age or your past habits, your body will respond to positive changes. It's never about being perfect. It's just about being better than you were yesterday.
That is so inspiring, Jessica. Small steps lead to big changes. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. I hope our viewers found this conversation helpful for both their health and their English.
I'm sure they did. It was a pleasure chatting with you, Joseph. Remember, everyone, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more English conversation practice.
Yes, please do. And let us know in the comments. What is your favorite way to stay active? We'd love to hear from you.
Until next time, stay healthy and keep practicing your English.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.